and I should talk about shifting. So that way people don't have to sit through like 3 minutes of not on topic before they get to the point. So I'm explaining shifting down mainly. Okay, so right now I'm doing 70 kilometers an hour and I'm in 3,000 RPM, and I don't know what gear I'm in, to be honest. I guess third or fourth. So let's say this light up ahead is red. It's not, but we'll pull over. And so okay, I'm down to 2,000 RPM, so I shift down, pull in the clutch, shift down, let go of the clutch. Push down. Shit, I was like, I was way off. I was like in 5th or 6th gear. Anyways, let's try this again. We're in 1st gear right now, 1,000 RPM. I'm going to watch the RPM, not the speed. 1st gear. He's running a red light. Good for you. You're awesome. Now my light's red. I suck. Video's not going as planned. I'm guessing, okay, let's just go through it verbally once before I demonstrate. For the most part, shifting is all about keeping the RPMs where you want them. RPMs get too high, you shift up. RPMs get too low, you shift down. Shifting is not difficult. You just pull in the clutch, shift, let the clutch back out. For anything other than 1st gear, the clutch doesn't need to be that smooth. So it's just pull in the clutch, shift up or down, let the clutch back out. It's not that big of a deal. If your RPMs are in the right spot, it's not going to be too jerky on the bike. My RPMs are a bit too high right now because I'm only using one hand because I'm talking with my other hand, so that means I should have already shifted up by now. So I can ride around in this gear, but the bike just engine sounds a bit high. So let's pull in the clutch, shift up, let the clutch back out. RPMs drop down. So generally on this bike and on other bikes that I've ridden, I'd honestly say the majority of motorcycles, you want to keep the RPMs around 4,000 RPM when you're just cruising, when you're getting used to the bike. And chances are, if you're asking me questions about when to shift, you're somewhat newish to motorcycling, and therefore that's the range you want to be in. You want to keep the RPMs around 4,000 or 5,000 for riding around generally. You know, if you want to race for a bit, that's fine. You can take the RPMs up higher. But then you wouldn't want to do, well, you could shift up now, of course, but slow back down. Yeah. Now I'm back down in the 4 or 5 range. Shift up. Actually, even 3 to, anywhere, I'd say 4. I wouldn't even say 4 to 5. I'd say around 4. So like 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, just around 4. That's the police. So yeah, so if I go up above 4, I'm above 4, I can pull the clutch in, shift up. Now I'm back down to under 4. Now I'm going up above 4, pull the clutch in, shift up. Now I'm back down to 3.5. It looks to me from this demonstration that each time I shift up, the RPMs drop about 1,000 RPM. Shifting down should be about the same, right? They should jump up about 1,000 RPM. So right now my RPMs are too low because I'm at 2,000, so I shift down. And well, it jumped up a little bit, but I was kind of decelerating at the same time. Shift down again. Yeah, they went up to about 3. Yeah, they went from about 2.5 to 3.5. So it seems to me, when I shift up or down, my RPMs move about 1,000. And here we have a cruiser group. Harley Davidson, Harley Davidson, Harley Davidson, Harley Davidson. Scooter with the baby. Harley Davidson. That's awesome. I gotta get that. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things is not quite the same. Okay. Back to the whole show. Yeah, so like I'm figuring this out as I'm going along, because like I said, if you're a motorcyclist, you literally do not look at your RPMs when you're riding. You just, when the bike feels like the engine's working too hard, you shift up. When it feels like the engine is like too slow, like it's going to stall or something, then you shift down to bring it back up to where you want it. That's all it is. But, you know, if you're just learning and you're getting used to it and you want to know when to shift, the correct answer is you want to keep the RPMs around 4,000. Like, you know, I just got back from England, and in England I was riding a racing bike, a 600cc race bike. And even on that bike, you would generally keep it around 4,000 RPMs. And on my bike, around 4,000. And I guess if you got a smaller bike, like a, I don't know, like a 250 or 400cc bike, you probably would want to keep it higher. So you might need to adjust the number for depending on what kind of bike you ride, right? Like if 4,000 feels too slow for you, or it's not responsive enough, then keep it around 5 or 6 or whatever. Just, you know, adjust as necessary. I like the pipes. The topic of this video is shifting, which I just did and didn't talk about. I get a huge amount of messages asking me questions about downshifting. You know, I already have a video that talks about shifting, but in the video I mainly just talk about shifting up. And I've gotten like dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and hundreds of messages from people asking me how to downshift and when to downshift and how do you know when and how do you work the clutch and do you do this or do you do that. So that's what I'm going to explain right now. And I've never, you know, for the most part, I've kind of well, I've gotten, you know, I've been getting questions about downshifting for over a year now, maybe a couple of years. And why haven't I made the video earlier? Well, for one reason, it's you know, if you've been riding for a while, it's just shifting on a motorcycle is pretty much the same as shifting on a car. And in either case, if you've been doing it for a little while, it's just kind of natural to you. You know, you just kind of get used to it. But the fact that I'm getting so many people asking about it just shows that there's some people, you know, uncertain. Some of them, I'm betting some of them don't even ride a bike. You know, they're just thinking about riding a bike and they're wondering when to shift. Something's vibrating. What's vibrating? It's not the key. Is it this? I hate noises. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here. Okay, I think for the most part, like fuck! Is it this? Shut up! Yeah, it's this thing. Fuck. This thing, that's good. It's the clutch handle. It's a little loose. When I take my hand off, it starts to vibrate. I remember we used to have an elastic band that we put around the top and down here to keep it from shaking. And that's not there anymore, so hence the noise that I'm not used to. Kawasaki, what can I say? Okay. I should edit the beginning of this video out here and put it at the end of the video, and then the beginning of the video should start now, and I should talk about shifting. So that way people don't have to sit through 3 minutes of not on topic before they get to the point. So I'm explaining shifting down mainly. Okay, so right now